Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Joey and today I am doing a review on a Musha Katana. Before I start this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe if you are new, and go ahead and share it with your friends. I'm going to start off by saying that I am not experienced at this. I'm working on it and I would like to be. These reviews are based on my own observations and opinions only. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So I bought this sword at the mall when I was looking for something to add to my collection. I came across this blade that caught my eye because of some of the qualities on this blade that were not like any of the other swords available. This one comes from a company called Musha, like I said earlier in the video. Go ahead and check them out if you do get a chance. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description below. So Musha, like most katana forges out there, is a company that is based out of a place called Longquan, China. Although katanas originated in Japan, Chinese forgers use the skills and practices from Japanese forgers to create katanas to look as authentic as true Japanese blades. So to show you all what you've been waiting for, let's get right to it. So here's the sword. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the back end here. So for the kashira, which is this piece here, if you look at it, I believe it is a samurai on a horse. When you wiggle it around, no wiggles, it's perfectly fine, it's stuck on there. Now we're gonna move on to the ito, or the wrapping. It's cotton black. The only thing with cotton black is that if you do use it for a long time, it'll end up fraying. But the plus side is that it does soak in all of the oils from your hands if you do end up using swords like these for an awfully long time. Now for the samegawa, which is the ray skin, one of the greatest qualities of this sword is that the ray skin is authentic. Obviously, I don't think you guys can see it from here, but the ray skin is authentic. I wish I could find a way to show you guys, but all I can say is that it is authentic. So moving on to the fuchi, which is this part here. It's a nice floral design. I think you guys can go ahead and see that. It's a nice floral design, black on both sides. What I do notice, because I have swung this around a bit, is that it does move. It wiggles a little bit if you do apply pressure to it. It's not terrible where it'll end up falling off, but it does, if you do move it around, it does wiggle a little bit. So now for the tsubo, which is the guard, you have same thing, floral design on both sides. I don't know if both sides, you have the floral design. We're going to go ahead with the saya, which is the sheath. The sheath is just a polished black sheath made of wood. The sageo is a cotton wrapping. Here it's wrapped pretty well actually, but the thing is, it's kind of thin compared to your higher priced swords. It's pretty thin. Which is fine. I mean, this sword was $200, $215. It's gonna be not perfect, but it should hold up the job. So now we're going to take this out. Go ahead and put this here. The blade is a 1045 Damascus steel. Go ahead and see that it's got a Damascus print on it. It's got a small edge to it. I can feel it through the gloves. It's not terribly sharp, but it is sharp enough to maybe cut through some pool noodles or something along those lines. The habaki, which is this part here, it's a brass habaki. The blade has a bohi, which is this line here. That's how you make the whoosh sound when you swing it in the air. Overall, nice blade. And let's go ahead and get into the cutting. So to start off with, one of the things that I noticed while swinging this Musha Katana is that it's relatively heavy. But not so heavy to where I had to put all my strength into swinging it around. It's just a bit heavier than the other swords that I do own. Like I said earlier in the video, I am not super experienced, so please do mind my stance and the way that I'm sheathing and unsheathing the katana. I was struggling to sheath the katana as well, but only because I do not own a hakama and an obi, which are the pants and the belt. But instead, what I was using was a long sleeve shirt that I just tied around my waist. I couldn't hear much whooshing when I was swinging the sword, but it could be because it was fairly windy outside. I could not tell you guys for sure. On the bright side though, I'd say my stance was relatively on point.
Not perfect, but not too horrible either. I didn't sense much wrong with this katana besides its weight and the way the handle felt in my hands. It felt a bit off, but it could be because I wasn't paying much attention to how I was holding the handle. It's definitely something I do have to work on in the future though. One of my favorite parts about the sword, however, is the slight banging sound when I go to sheath the katana at the end. So another thing that I did end up seeing was that the katana did hurt my hand while swinging and sheathing. Again, it could be because of the way that I was holding and sheathing the katana, but I could not tell you guys for sure. But to end off here, let's go ahead and get to the final conclusion, and I will tell you guys my opinion on whether or not this sword is worth the money.
So to answer the big question, yes, I do think this sword is definitely worth the money. Between a starter katana and an authentic katana, this $215 blade does meet in the middle for price. It does meet all of the required attributes in my opinion: the sharpness, the weight, the materials, and just the overall quality. I believe that it hits all of those. It hits all of those requirements. The only thing though is, for me, the weight. It's heavier than most of the other swords that I do own. So if you are like me, this one might not be for you. But if you are a higher build, can handle more weight, then you should definitely go ahead and look at this one. But like I said earlier, I do think that the sword is definitely worth the money. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.